Double honors to the apostles and elders of Gms.S.O.T.E. Well, peace and salutations to the brothers on the four corners of this earth, pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. I'm Brother Manatizak, once again from Trinidad, here with another short video, There's something to spark food for thought, as I like to say, So yeah, we could start off this video with a little economic insight, as one would say. Let me just speed it up to the more relevant parts concerning the video here.
Rates, if inflation can be contained, the problem begins when you overdo it. Last night, we had told you about a report from a UN agency, the UN Conference on Trade and Development. It is concerned about the adverse impact of raising interest rates. This UN agency also looked into the rate hikes by the US Federal Reserve, that is the Central Bank of America. And according to this report, the rate hikes in America could have a damaging impact on the global economy.
Yeah, so what she said here is basically, if America raised their, interest rate on their dollar, understand, they're going to reach across the world. You understand? And that's how they want it. Understand? To basically always have the other nations or the other countries by the balls, so to speak, now by. You understand? The Isaiah 14 and verse 13. He said, "For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of power. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High." Yeah, that's what Esau said. You understand? He will be like the Most High. That is why when he do something, it's always have a rippling effect. You understand? Let me go back into this insight.
Here's how. The report from the UN has put out some estimates. Let me paint some scenarios for you. What will happen if the US Fed raises the interest rate by 1 percentage point? Economic output in the poor countries will stall. And the impact of this will not just be immediate. It will probably last for years.
Yeah, so I just want to reiterate what she said. Economic output in developing countries such as the entire Caribbean. Because to my knowledge, I don't believe we have a first world country in the Caribbean. So this entire sector of the world, you understand, going to go 100 steps back into the Stone Age, basically,
Economic output in the developing world will reduce by almost 1%, and this will be spread out over 3 years. This scenario, what I just described for you, was part of the UN report. In September, the Fed announced a hike of 0.75 percentage point. So that scenario may have already become a reality in some form. The developing world has started to lose investments. The interest rate hikes by the US Fed strengthened the dollar. Other global currencies have gotten weaker as a result.
Yeah, all the other global currencies have gotten weaker. That is why they're moving towards digitalization. That is why even in this country right now, the government bringing up digitalization in the parliament meetings and whatnot. You understand?
This depreciation has forced many investors to pull out money from the emerging economies. There might be a tendency to dismiss these developments, considering how small these values might seem to most of us. 1 percentage point, does that really matter in the long run? Well, then let me tell you this, even such small fluctuations could mean losses worth billions. The UN report...
Yeah, that is just about it on that. That is the meat of the video I wanted to bring out in this video. Yeah? So that 1% could result in billions. You understand? Billions of poor people money, in other words. You understand? So they're going to increase poverty to push digitalization. That is basically what they're doing here. And it is in their power to do so. You understand? Because it's in the nature, they are the oppressors. You understand? Let's get this precept in 2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 4. It says, well, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called power, or that is worship, so that he as power sitteth in the temple of power, showing himself that he is power. You understand? That is because of what? The pride. You understand? Like because of the pride. You know? So, well, nobody could ever come up with a currency that is stronger than theirs. They will always be in control of the currency once they go digital. You understand? And that's what they're trying to do in all the third world countries that are looking for first world status. You know, that is their agenda. Yeah? So, oppress until you can't take it no more and you give in. You know? And yeah, they in league with all the other nations. You know, everybody believe in them because what? Because right now they're strong. Jeremiah 51 and verse 7. It says, Babylon had been a golden cup in the Most High's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad. You understand? Therefore, the nations are mad. How you could tell me, right? After the budget, after this year's budget in this country, Trinidad and Tobago, a minister is telling the population to go back to riding bikes and cooking in coal pot. You understand? The nations are literally mad. Yesterday we had a tropical storm in the country. Devastation, flash flooding in almost every borough of the country, every section of the country. At least every section had a flood. You know? People almost get washed away and stuff. How you could tell somebody to ride a bike? And our country is centralized to the capital, which is Port of Spain. You know? So most people who come into work in Port of Spain don't live in Port of Spain. So how the hell you supposed to ride a bike from wherever you're coming from to reach to work? And they basically saying a work from home order is totally out of question. They want nobody working from home. You understand? So you have to come to the city to work. Oppression really make it a wise man mad. You know? But you know what? They will not be spared. Because we know the government is just puppets in the hands of Esau. You understand? Whatever Esau say do, they do it without question. You know? I'm going to verse 8. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain. If so be, she may be healed. You understand? If so, she may be healed. But she wouldn't be healed. And she will be suddenly brought low. How the scripture is saying. Now, I'm going to go back to Isaiah 14 and bring it back here now. Isaiah 14 and verse 13. It says, well, for thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of power, I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation, in the sides of the north, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds, I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. You understand? Yeah. So all this they are set up in the mind, because why? They're ruling now. But suddenly they will be brought down. You understand? They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? This the great America, this the great Babylon. Is this it? That is what will happen. You understand? Because all this is them trying to run from economic downfall and still remain on top. But they don't know that it's working in the will of the Most High. You know? And they will not be spared for the oppressions. Yeah, they would not be spared for the oppression. So anybody who go down to Egypt, you understand, looking for help, who drink from that cup, they also will not be spared. Job 35 and 39. By reason of the multitude of oppressions, they make the oppressed to cry. They cry out by reason of the arm of the mighty. Yeah, because of the mighty people. You understand? That is why they're crying. Because of the people in high positions who just not helping. You know? Verse 10, but none said, where is power my maker? Who giveth songs in the night? You understand? Nobody is seeking the Most High while he's there. You're not seeking him while he might be found. You know, they going about there, they believing in the system, which is about to fall. You understand? You're going to work every day. Yet you don't own anything. You literally don't own anything. You know, they had guy one. We'll bring that precept one time. A guy 1 and 6. Let's say, well, ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink. Like, as I read that part of the precept this morning, I'm going to work, and on the radio they announcing the SO. The minister, not the so-called, he is the Minister of Finance. The Minister of Finance saying in 2023 they're going to give out a $500 food box to certain people, and if it is so basically in the country right now, if you know what I mean, if you apply for it, if they realize well you need help at home, this give you a food card with $700 on it, right? For strictly groceries. All you can buy is groceries, no liquor, no cigarettes, nothing like that, only groceries, right? $700 right? Which amounts to basically nothing. Like roughly $100 US, roughly, right? And I don't even think it's a whole 100, but anyway. So what he intends to do in 2023 is give out food boxes of, you know what I mean, food, rice, flour, sugar, oil, whatever the essentials, worth $500. And if you're getting the boxes, you will not be allowed to have the food card. So instead of saying, you know what, all those with food cards will also receive, you understand, it's $500, because hey, everything raised, gas raised, food prices raised, and are going to raise again, they say, by the time December this year, you know. So the $700 food card is not enough, and you're dropping it down to $500 of raw goods, which you, come on, let me be real. That in itself is madness. That's why the scripture say, well, they cause all the nations to go mad. Like madness that they're doing. That's heresies. That's oppression. As we was reading in the book of Job. You understand? Like multiple oppression. You understand? Anyhow, I'm go down. He say, ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put it into a bag with holes. You understand? You earning wages to put in a bag with holes. But what does happen when you put anything in a bag with a hole? It just fall out. It's gone with the wind. As you get it and you think you store it away, it's gone, yo. It's gone. But you know what? The system going to fall. You understand? That's why the name of this video is what? Envy not the oppressor. Choose none of his ways, because he could be winning now, you know. But in the long run, in the race of eternity, he's the loser. You understand? He thinking it's a 100-meter dash. Right now it's a marathon, and he don't even know that. You know? It's Obadiah 1 from verse 8. It says, well, shall I not in that day say it, the Most High even destroy the wise man out of Edom? You understand? The wise men, the people who come up with this craftiness and understanding out of the mount of Esau, which means what, they will lose even the reasoning ability. They won't be able to reason right from, well, not right from wrong, because they don't know right from wrong, but you know what I mean. Verse 9. And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end. Every one of Mount Esau may be cut off by slaughter. By every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. You understand? They will be cut off by slaughter. Guys, this is their demise. This is their prophecy. That's why the scripture says, well, envy not your oppressor. You understand? For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, Israel. You understand? Shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. And we were just reading a precept there where it said they will walk, they will look at thee narrowly and say, is this the great man that maketh the earth to shake by days? His shame will be exposed. You understand? The pride is going to put them down to the pit. Their pride is going to bring them down to the sides of the pit. You understand? For what? For the violence they commit against the Israelites. You know? For the multiple oppressions against the poor. Gosh, boy. Hey, that precept I wanted to bring out, but I forget it. I really forgot it. It says something about he will hear the prayers of the poor. I forget where that is. You know? I forget where that is. You understand? And the destruction of Esau also goes for all those who in league with him. All of them. All who go down to Egypt. You understand? All who go down to Egypt. Who can endure. You understand? All those who go and do what this precept say. Revelation 13 and 16. It say what? It say, and he caused it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, and that no man might buy or sell, save he had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. You understand? Hear his name. You understand? The number, the number of your name. Well, you go and take that. You're going and take the MOTB to fall alongside the Babylon, to be brought down to the pits. For shame to cover you. Shame. For shame to cover you. You don't suffer in your whole life. You go and take the MOTB to suffer for eternity, you know? Understand? I'll close off with this one precept, and there's a question. Right? I'm going to close off with this one question here. The Job 39, verse 11 and 12, right? This is the last precept I'm working out in this video. It says, well, will thou trust him because his strength is great? Will you? Or wilt thou leave thy labor to him? Will thou believe him that he will bring home thy seed and gather it into thy barn? You understand? Or you go trust Egypt? That's the question I will close off with, and with that I will say, double honors once again to the elders and apostles at GMS that rule well. Peace and salutations to the brothers on all corners of this earth, pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. His brother Manat Zak saying Shalom.